Okay, welcome to this module where we're going to be talking about support and resistance, right? So you're going to be learning how to draw your area of support and resistance like a pro. In fact, let me summarize it: how to become an effective trader by leveraging the concept of support and resistance. Right now, before I begin to teach about this thing, I want you to let you know about something, right? A lot of people will tell you that support and resistance do not really work again. Well, they might be true, but then that is their own business, because I trade support and resistance and it works for me. And that's why I want to teach you what works for me. Okay, so if you want to go for much more advanced and probably complicated or confusing concept, you're good to go, right? But I'm going to teach you guys what works and how you can leverage it to become a better trader. Okay, so support and resistance is it's one of the foundational backbones of every technical analysis. Okay, remember, if you want to argue it, just go. Any technical analysis that does not make reference to support and resistance is just deceiving himself, or rather trying to just sound woke, but then he's just not being truthful to himself, because this forms the foundation of your success as a crypto technical analyst. Okay, so let's go into the chart proper, or into the slides proper, so I'll be able to explain to you how you can leverage this knowledge of support and resistance to make good analysis as an individual, right? So sorry sorry okay, so what is support and resistance, right? And before I begin to explain what support and resistance is, I want to let's just have a conversation, okay? You know that in life they say everything will go up must surely come down, okay? Like whatever goes up will definitely come down. The same thing happens in the crypto market, right? Whatever goes down must surely come down, okay? Whatever goes up, sorry, must surely come down, okay? Like as I'm recording this video now, BTC is currently trading at $22 or so, yeah, $22,000 or so. Do you know there was a time that Bitcoin was currently at $69,000? But look at where we are today. What happened? Whatever that was up has surely come down. Okay, so now the idea of whatever that is up must surely come down is the idea for which support and resistance is built upon. Simple as short. Now, looking at my illustration on my screen now, so what is support and resistance? This is just a clear picture of my support and resistance. You can see this zigzag, which represents my price movement. Price went up, price came down, price went up, price came down. In fact, prices movement, this upward and downward movement of the price is what makes us, is what gives us the ability or give us the privilege to trade or opportunity to trade. Because if the market is not moving up or down, how would you trade? Because the idea of trading is for you to buy at one particular point and sell at another point again. All right. So the idea of this support and resistance will provide you the form of clarity on how you can take advantage of this movement. Because as we begin to progress in this particular course, you're going to understand that the market does not just behave anyhow. People think that the market behaves randomly. No, the market does not behave randomly. In fact, the market is one of the most, should I say, I don't want to use the word logically arranged, but the market is very, very arranged. Like everything there is what is properly aligned. So you just need to develop your eyes and develop your skill set to be able to take advantage of this alignment to make good trade decisions as an individual. Okay, so let's go further into the discussion. Okay, so what is your support now? Okay, remember I said anything will go upward will surely come down. Okay, and then even as the price is coming down, there has to be a point that it will come down to before it begins to go up. Because just as we say anything that goes up is going to come down, so it is that anything that goes down is going to also start going up. But then the question that comes to our mind, in as much as yes, we agree that anything that goes up must surely come down, anything that is down must surely go up, we need to be able to find that bottom. Now, when we by bottom is that particular point that the moment the price has fallen to that particular region, there's most likely going to be an immediate reversal and the price begins to go up. Because it's not just enough to know that price is down. Let us buy, start to go. Because you can go and buy down and the market keep on going down. The fact people say, I bought the dip and it went deeper, and I bought the deeper and it went deeper. Like it happens like that. Because if you don't have an idea of this support and resistance, you'll be able to know when the market has fully come to a dip or fully come to the bottom. So this knowledge that I'm providing you, it might look so simple. Now remember when we started this session, I told you guys that the simple things are ignored by most people, and that's why a lot of people do not make money in cryptocurrency, because they feel as if there's some form of complicated knowledge like that. But I can tell you for free that this thing, if you master this thing very well, it's going to change your trading game for you. If I look like the elementary, yes, but then it's the foundation. It is the foundation, right? So back to our support. Now, like I said, our support provides the bottom. Then whenever price gets to, there's an immediate reversal to the upside. Okay, you can look at the chart. Okay, I think for those of us streaming on YouTube, if you cannot see if the chart is blur, just go on your setting by the top right corner, click on it, and then you see video quality. click on highest, so you'll be able to see the quality very, very well. I think because of YouTube is trying to manage your data, it might not show you, it might show you a blur picture, right? So if you have to see a clear picture, just go on that, just follow the instruction I said down, just go on your settings, change your quality to high, and you should be able to see what I'm explaining properly. Okay, so do it for all the videos you're watching on YouTube, because that is how it's going to be happening. So like I said, support is that region that the moment price gets to this, what an immediate reversal to the upside. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining to you guys what causes this reversal and what causes this what I'm going to explain to you guys what causes this reversal, either to the upside or to the downside. Okay, so let's go. Now the resistance is just like the opposite. Okay, the resistance is that particular price, that particular point or that particular area that the moment price gets to, there's what an immediate reversal. You can see it clearly on the chart there. Price was moving. The moment price gets to that, it's more like the ceiling. Price gets to that particular point. What happened? Excuse me. Price gets to that particular point. What happened? There's an immediate pullback. Price decides to go up again. It got to that particular point. There's an immediate pullback. It decides to go up again. You can see that this is what we call what the idea of what support and resistance. This knowledge alone, if you know it very well, you'll be able to make good analysis. Because like I was explaining in future trading, you make money whether when the market is going up or when the market is going down. So if you have an idea of this particular thing, you already know, okay, once the market has gotten to the particular point, what am I expecting? I'm expecting a dump. Okay, a dump. Good, nice one. So whenever the market is at the dump region, whenever it has got to a particular region, I should be to expect a pump. So this is how the knowledge of support and resistance can help you become a better trader. Okay, so let us progress, right? So psychology behind support and resistance. Okay, now you see the massive buying pressure at the support will prevent price from declining further, therefore pushing price upward. Okay, I'm going to be explaining the concept of demand and supply. What actually pushes the price of cryptocurrency asset to move up or down is what the forces of buy or sell. That's just it. Buying or what, or selling pressure. So at that support now, there's what we call buying pressure. Remember, the only thing that makes the cryptocurrency asset to pump is when people are buying it. BTC they pump, people are putting money. BTC is not a living thing. So what makes BTC to pump is when me and you are buying BTC. If me and you are not buying BTC, BTC is not going to pump. So it's only when we are putting more into BTC that BTC is going to go pumping in price value. All right. So on the one BTC is pumping in price, what's happening? It means that BTC is going up. So before any asset to begin to go up, it must have gotten to the support. That is a region that is what is going to tap into the pile of buying pressure that's already available. Right? So this is just the psychology I'm explaining to you guys. Like I said, the crypto market or the entire financial market is controlled by the forces of demand and supply, buying and selling pressure. So at the support, since we said the buying pressure is what pushes price to go up, and we already know that okay, anytime price begins to get to the support, there's always a reversal to the upside, meaning there's a pressure pushing it there. So meaning at the support is where the buying pressure is lying. So the moment it taps into it, price goes up. So the same happens with this resistance region. The resistance region, that's where we have massive selling pressure at the resistance, which will prevent price from advancing upward, thus forcing the price to fall. You can see it's more like the ceiling. Price is going up, price is going up. It's going to pump to the moon, pump it to the moon. If you have the knowledge of support and resistance, the moment the price begins to get to the resistance, you begin to take profit. Because what? You're expecting the price to reverse and start going the opposite direction. Price does not just go up forever and price does not just go down forever. So sometimes you see us buying the dip and then we are not scared. Why? Because we have an idea of what this support and resistance. Okay, the moment the price has gotten to this particular region, it's not going to go below. Or if the price has gotten to this particular region, it's most likely not going to continue going upward. Simple idea of support and resistance. Okay. So I'm just trying to give you guys I'm not trying to complicate anything for anybody here, so that you guys can get the basic understanding. Because if you miss all of this, trust me, it's just like building your foundation on a skyscraper on muddy foundation. You shall collapse one day. All right, so let's move on with the next slide. Now, how to trade support and resistance? Of course, I told you guys in future trading, we make money when the markets are either going up or coming down, right? So you're going to agree with me that the support and resistance provide an express way to make money. Open a long position when price is at the area of support. Of course, what are you expecting at the support? Price to go up. So for the price to go up, you open a long position. So, price should go up. You put your position, you take you place the trade, and you're in for crazy money. All right. So for the short, now you open a short position when price is at the area of resistance. Why? Because you're expecting price to dump. So you're shorting the market. Remember I said in future trading, we are long or short the market. So you long when the price is at the support and you short when the price is at the resistance. This is just the basic knowledge. Although there are certain things that I'm going to begin to add for you as we progress, then you're going to understand how you can begin to make final decisions as a trader. Nobody is just, you don't just trade support and resistance. Look for additional confluences. So as we begin to progress, I'm going to teach you guys about what confluences. You're going to see the trend is going to begin to get interesting because I'm going to be showing you the connection. Okay, just like going to school now, you know, like once you're going to school, the person should take your bath. Teaching about support and resistance. No, teaching about candlestick is more like what you're taking your bath. After taking your bath, you wear your uniform. Just wear like more like we're in the area of support and resistance now. After wearing your uniform now, you probably take your breakfast. That's why we're not talk about the trend line. So you discover that the moment you're done doing all of this is now, you're not going to be set. There's a certain level of preparation you need to have before you're able to say you're set to go to school. Set to trade into. There are certain confluences you need to look out for before you take a trade. So support and resistance is just one of them, right? So in as much as it looks very exciting and you be like, wow. There are certain things you need to also factor. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Your support and resistance. Okay, now the first thing you need to do is identify your recent and obvious areas of value on your chart. Okay, I don't know, I just made a mistake with my chart. Okay, but then this is just it. I'm trying to teach you guys now how to identify your support and your resistance, right? So the first thing you need to do is identify your recent and obvious areas of value. Now, what are obvious areas of value? Okay, of course, you know, where we're talking about technical analysis. So technical analysis is your ability to use what has happened in the past to react to what is going to happen in the future. Okay, so what are areas of value now? Areas of value are key pivotal points that has held in the past. What I mean by that, look at this chart now. Look at this place I circled. You got that place I circled. I was yet to identify my support and resistance initially. I was waiting for my areas of value to be formed. And areas of value is that particular zone where there's a U-turn. You can see it there. I just circled it. The moment is got okay. You cannot just go to your chart and want to go and draw. No. You must look for areas of value. So you can see that the price has gone up, and I discovered that there was a first U-turn. I will not still make any judgment until the price goes back to that almost similar region where the first U-turn happened, and I see another U-turn. And the moment I observe another U-turn again, I begin to signal that okay, Baba, there's something unique about this particular region here. If you can see, first of all, I've identified my areas of value based on what has happened in the past before. So it's more like the moment you open your chart, you're going to look at what has already happened. Find your areas of value there. As you can see, I've already identified my areas of value, right? And the next thing is to connect at least 2 areas of value with a rectangular tool. Of course, when you begin to use your trading view, you understand how to use all of these tools, okay? You can see now that I've connected my areas of value with my rectangular tool, and then I extended it. I'm not just connecting 2 of them and leaving them. No, you can see how I extended both the bottom and the top. That's for the support and the resistance. I identified my areas and then I connected it, giving space. So now this space now, but the space by the should I say by the right side now? By the left side now, or should I say right? It's going to show me okay, these are possible. This is the possible places which price is expected to dance inside. I've already identified my areas of support and resistance. So because of just the first 2 areas of value I've been able to identify in the past, I've been able to have a projection of possible places that price is going to be reacting at. And you can see what is happening here. All right, let's go to the next slide now. You can see what is happening here. I was able to draw my areas just based on 2 areas of value. But you can see how after I've extended it, future price reaction respected it. Technical analysis using past experiences to kind of not only predict but to react to future price movements or to speculate possible future price movements. Okay, so you can see it. This is exactly how you draw your support and your resistance. Of course, this is the textbook illustration. I'm just giving you guys the best case scenario. It might not really always occur like this on your chart, but then if you can have this kind of clear understanding like this, if you go to your chart as you begin to practice and interact with your chart, you begin to see some of these structures very, very clearly. Okay, so let's progress. Okay, now support and resistance will not always hold forever. You know, in as much as we are saying support and resistance, it will not always hold forever. You can see how beautiful it is. Price will go up, price will go down. No. There are points that the support is going to break. Support can break and flip into the resistance. You've always had the funny saying that the head shall be the tail. It happens in the crypto market too. Okay, the support can actually become the resistance, and the resistance can actually become the support, and that's where the concept of flipping comes into play. Okay, let's progress. You can see it now. Support flips to resistance. Now look at our initial structure. The market was, look at our initial structure, okay? We have the support, the market resistance, and then as it got to a particular point, the support could not hold again. The selling pressure was too strong that the support could not hold the price or prevent possible price, could not prevent price from declining further. As a result, there was a break. You can see it there. There was a break, and the moment there was a break, the support, that region that formerly acted as a support, now became our resistance. It became the top. So this is more like a situation of the head. Okay, the tail becomes the head. The last becomes the first. There was a flip. You can see it happens here. So that's why you need to be very, very careful. The market is dynamic. The market is changing every time. But the moment you have an idea of some of these concepts, it won't really be difficult for you to adjust and make money. So the moment you discover that there's a flip, then you go to quickly mark out your new regions, wait for possible areas of value to be formed, connect the dots, and you continue trading and life goes on. Because this flipping happens very often. Because the market is going to the market is not stagnant. So at a point when the market have consolidated within a particular region that has range, hit support, it is going to break either the support or the resistance. Then that's when a flip is going to occur. Okay, so this is just a clear situation of when a support flips to a resistance. Of course, you can see it. I now marked with the blue region. What was previously the bottom now became the top, and then a new support was formed. Right? So let's go. The same thing happens with the resistance. You can see how the resistance flips to a support. Initially, we had the first resistance and the support. Price was hitting the top, coming down, hitting the top, coming down. Then there was the point that the buying pressure was massive. Because whatever causes a flip is when the pressure, either the buy or sell pressure is massive. Because ideally, we're expecting that the resistance should hold the price, right? But then the pressure was too much, and then it could not hold the pressure, and then price broke out. Then the moment the price broke out, that area that previously acted as a resistance became the bottom. You can see it clear there. You're going to see it on your chart live. Okay, so you can see the way the price now begins to form a new structure, and then it continues again. When we're discussing about market structure, I said that the market structure and market cycle, I say the market moves in cycle. So the market is going to keep on continuing like this over and over and over again. Nothing is going to be new. You just need to learn how to adapt, because maybe there might be one or two changes, but the overall concept still remains the same. Okay. So let's go to the next. Of course, you can look how the chart looks like now. Hey, I was explaining to you guys the textbook illustration. You guys, it's simple. Now look how it looks like. It might not always present itself exactly as it is on the textbook, but then it's the same ideology. You can look at it. The price is moving up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So you need to be able to identify your areas of value first. That's the first step. Identify your obvious areas of value. Where there's a turning point. And of course, I just looking at the chart, you should be able to say, okay, if I give you a ruler, you can say, okay, this is the point that price is always reversing. The price does not go below a particular region. All right, so that forms our support. You can see how I did it neatly here. You can see now that initially the chart was not making sense to you, but with the idea of support and resistance, now you're beginning to make meaning out of the chart. That is how all these things work. There's not so much differences. So as at this moment now, where's the price? The price is at my It's at my resistance. So at this point, what I'm going to be expecting to do is I'm going to be expecting to short the market, or to react that the market is going to come down to the support. Are you seeing it? So it's not so much different. Like I just need to learn how to. You just need to study. I'm going to give you guys assignment. Okay, go on your chart, identify your support and your resistance. Pick BTC, pick Ethereum, pick any coin of your choice. Go back as far as 217. Be identifying the support and resistance to make sure that you train your eyes. Because these structures, but you can't just wake up one day and start learning how to draw. No. Because once you get your knowledge of support and resistance wrong, you're not going to be making any profitable calls. It's a guarantee. You cannot just like ABCD now. If you don't know how to do ABC, there's no way you can read. If you don't know how to count your numbers, there's no way you can solve further mathematics. Sure, you get. So that's some of the basic knowledge you need. Not really, I don't want to call them. Let me not be calling them basics, so I don't look down on them. But they're the foundational knowledge you need to know. All right. So this is just how a support and resistance forms. All right. So key notes on using support and resistance, and then we'll close for the day. Okay, number one, do not expect a perfect shape. Like I told you, what I gave you guys illustration is just a textbook illustration. Best case scenario. If you go on the chart, your eyes will want to fall off because of what the market may not always come as expected, as you wanted to see. A perfect support and resistance. Sometimes there might be excess pump, but it's still the same ideology. That's why you need to be flexible with your mindset. Okay, don't expect a perfect shape. You can even see the last illustration we did. So let me go back. You can see here, it was not a perfect shape. When I was explaining to you guys, I was just giving a perfect. I was using my line to show you a perfect illustration. But you can see what the market is doing here. The market will not always show you a perfect picture. You just need to learn how to estimate probabilities. Don't be looking for a fixed, I must get the perfect support and resistance. No, you're not yet to be a perfect trader. You're yet to be a profitable trader. Like I always say, nobody. If you're striving to be a perfect trader, you're on your own. Strive to be a profitable trader. Okay. So that's just the first point. And number one, areas on higher time frame are more credible and overrule areas on lower time frame. Exactly. So if you identify your support and resistance on the higher time frame, of course you should know what a time frame is now. When you go in your chart, you can change your chart setup from a 1 day to 4 hours to 1 hour, as beautiful as much as you want. So when you identify your areas of value or your support or resistance on a higher time frame, it is much more stronger and much more reliable than a support and resistance on a 15-minute time frame. For example, if I identify my support and my resistance on my 4-hour time frame, I don't expect the 15-minute time frame now to overrule it. Okay. Then don't worry, as you begin to progress into multiple time frame analysis, you're going to understand this particular concept very well. But also have at the back of your mind that structures on the higher time frame are more credible and reliable than structures on the lower time frame. Okay. And the distance will treat support as areas, not as lines. Okay. Remember that, like I told you guys now, don't expect a perfect shape. So if you might be expecting there's a perfect region that press. No, there's not really a perfect region. It's just what an area. That's why we use the word a box, a rectangle to identify it. That region, support zone, is a region. The moment the price begins to approach that particular region, you're expecting that price should possibly reverse back. So never make the mistake of identifying your support and resistance as a line. Because if you identify it as a line, you're going to be limited. You really don't want to put yourself in some very, very risky situations. Okay. Now, don't fall in love with your support and resistance, as there can be a break on either side resulting to a flip. Of course, if you identify, there are times when I started trading and then I identify my support and resistance. The price was perfectly playing in my support and my resistance, and then at the point I felt as if it will hold forever. I was shocked one day because I just took the trade and stop loss. What happened? I fell in love with my support and my resistance. So don't fall in love with your support and resistance, because it can always change. Sometimes you might not really get lucky, but the price might decide to dance inside the support and resistance for a relatively long period of time. The market can be ranging for a relatively long period of time, but when it breaks out, it has to go. The break can either happen to the downside or to the bottom, or to the up or to the bottom. I'm going to teach you guys how to kind of know which area is most likely going to break, or and which area is most likely going to hold. That's what we're going to learn as we progress in this particular course. Okay, so don't fall in love with your support and your resistance. Be flexible. The moment you discover that there's a break, begin to look out for how you can create your next structure and then move with it. All right. Learn how to spot liquidity. Okay, this is a concept I'm going to teach you guys here, so I'm not going to say much about it, but then learn how to spot liquidity, because there's some certain form of manipulation that are not happening with the idea of support and resistance. They call them a retail concept. Some smart people are now, they don't want you to make money, so they always want to manipulate. They want to manipulate the crypto market. So you even if you know the idea of support and resistance, it's not going to be working for you. That's why you discover that sometimes you're going to identify your support and resistance, but when you enter a trade, the market will first go against you before it come back into the direction you want it to go. It's happening because of what we call manipulation. But then the moment you know how to identify liquidity, you should be able to take advantage of this manipulation and make more money for yourself. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this section. Okay, like I said, I'm going to be making some recommendations at the end of the day so that you can go and better your skills. You cannot just expect to learn from just one teacher and become perfect. No, I've learned from a number of people. So one of the people that I know that they actually dish out good content is Reynatio. Just go on his YouTube channel. I think I have one of his book. I'm also going to recommend the book for you guys to go and read. Okay, so if I forget, I can also just remind me, and then I'm going to send you the book. So the moment you read the book, you're going to have an understanding of how some of these things work. Okay, but then just go on his YouTube channel and study. He has a lot of videos on his YouTube channel. Study them. He did good job. He did a good work with this concept. Okay, and then I trust that if you go and study, you definitely have more understanding of how this concept works. Okay, so see you guys on the next module.